Hudson Soft was a Japanese video game company. The company was founded on May 18, 1973 by Yuji Kudo and Hiroshi Kudo, but on March 1st, 2012, the company was absorbed by Konami. So, what went wrong? Well, let's find out. Hudson Soft was founded in Toyohira-ku, Sapporo, Japan on May 18, 1973 by brothers Yuji and Hiroshi Kudo. The founders grew up admiring trains and naming the business after their favorite, the Hudson locomotives, called the 464 and especially Japanese C62. Hudson began as an amateur radio shop called CQ Hudson, selling radio telecommunication devices and art photographs. Yuji Kudo had originally planned to start a coffee shop, but was already one in the same building, thus the decision to change to a wireless radio shop at the 11th hour. Although both Kudos had a university education, neither had studied in business management. That factor, combined with the difficulty to find trustworthy people to accompany the Kudos in their venture, meant that Hudson Soft was almost always in the red each month during its era exclusively as a radio shop. In September 1975, Hudson Soft began selling personal computer-related products, and in March 1978, started developing and selling video game packages. At that time, many amateur radio shops were switching to the sales of personal computers because they deal with the same electronic equipment. CQ Hudson would continue to operate for decades in Sapporo until Hudson Soft closed the shop in May 2001. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, Hudson Soft favored a quantity over quality approach for the marketing of video games. At one point, the company released up to 30 different computer software titles per month, none of which were hugely successful. Things changed in late 1983 when Hudson started to prioritize quality over quantity. Hudson became Nintendo's first third-party software vendor for the family computer, and its title for this console, Lode Runner, sold 1.2 million units after its 1984 release. The business continued developing video games on the Famicom and computer platforms MSX, NEC, PC, 8801, ZX Spectrum, among others, and was reorganized as Hudson Soft Company Limited in July 1985. A Kavaran was held at 60 venues throughout Japan, a first for the video game industry. Bomberman was released in December of this year for the Famicom, was considered a big hit by Hudson Soft. In July 1987, Hudson developed the C62 system and collaborated with NEC to develop the PC Engine video game console. It achieved a second best success to Famicom in Japan, but its release as the TurboGrafx-16 in North America had less market share than Nintendo's new Super NES, Sega's new Genesis, or SNK's Neo Geo AES. In 1990, Hudson Soft developed and published video games for an array of systems. In 1994, the 32-bit semiconductor chip HUC62 was independently developed by Hudson and used the NEC's PCFX video game console. In 2004, Hudson started a joint venture with Flying Tiger Entertainment for 25 titles. Hudson Soft's head office was transferred to Tokyo in 2005. The Sapporo headquarters remained in operation as a secondary office. Hudson Soft lost several key people starting in the mid-2000s. Co-founder Hiroshi Kudo left the company in November 2004 following financial losses. Shinichi Nakamoto, who was with the company since 1978 and curator of the Bomberman series, followed suit in 2006. Veteran Takashi Migen resigned in May 2011. He had joined Hudson Soft in 1982. Around 2010 and 2011, many employees migrated to Nintendo's restructured ND Cube studio, which is headed by Hidetoshoe Endo, himself a former Hudson Soft president. Relation with Konami. The relation between Hudson Soft and Konami can be traced at least as early as 1985, when Hudson ported Konami's arcade game Poyen to the MSX and Famicom, but the accusation process of Hudson Soft by Konami would only begin in 2001. Hudson Soft was severely hit by the collapse of the main bank Hokodai Takushuko. Seeking new financing alternatives, Hudson Soft entered the stock market for the first time in December 2000, listing on the Nasdaq Japan exchange. This led to Konami purchasing a stock of allocation of 5.6 million shares in August 2001, becoming the company's largest shareholder. Within the terms of this purchase, Hudson acquired the Sapporo division of Konami Computer Entertainment Studio, renaming it Hudson Studio. In April 2005, capital was increased via an allocation of 3 million shares from a third party. Konami Corporation, holding 53.99% of all Hudson stock, became Hudson's majority shareholder and parent company. Hudson Soft continued to be a video game publisher, but working closely with Konami, who became Hudson's distributor in Japan. In April 2011, Hudson Soft turned a wholly owned subsidiary of Konami. The subsidiary in California, Hudson Entertainment, was liquidated in the process. On March 1st, 2012, Hudson Soft officially ceased to exist as it merged with Konami Digital Entertainment, with its music business being absorbed into KME Corporation. The move was an unilateral decision from Konami, but rather a voluntary merger agreed by two companies during a board meeting held on January 12, 2012. The main reason for the dissolution of Hudson Soft was the consolidation of the operations, Hudson and Konami, into a single company. Despite the demise of Hudson Soft, Konami had intended for products and services to continue being developed and offered under the Hudson brand. The Hudson website was even initially retained and maintained by Konami. By early 2014, Konami had retired the Hudson website. The pre-2005 headquarters of Hudson Soft in Sapporo continued to operate as a branch of Konami well after the absorption, until it closed in October 2014. In 2015, Konami sold the Sapporo building that had long been the headquarters of Hudson Soft. And there is a history of Hudson Soft, so what went wrong for the company? Well, I would have to say that it would have to be due to the fact, with a lot of people leaving the company and that temporary merger that was going on. Anyways, I sure hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys happen to enjoy this video, please make sure you hit that like button, and also don't forget to subscribe. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!